ANC officials are meeting with a number of international Muslim organizations and Sinn Fein. ANC officials are addressing the media right now. Let's cross to Luthuli House.
I wanted to ask Comrade Rasool, but SG, please come forward, lay the context for this.
Never attend.
All right, thank you very much. Over to you, SG.
Okay. Sorry, thank you. Thank you very much, spokesperson of the ANC, Comrade Mahlengi Pengu, and President of the African National Congress, the National Chair of the ANC, the Deputy Secretary General, First and Second, and our Treasurer General, the Deputy President, because of other commitments, is not with us here today, but all of us, we are here. And our esteemed guests, this morning the national officials of the African National Congress, led by the President, Comrade Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, were honored to host a distinguished delegation of Muslim leaders and scholars from across the globe. This gathering, termed as quote-unquote Thanksgiving mission, serves as a platform to acknowledge and reinforce our unified commitment to the Palestinian cause. Our esteemed guests, including the Secretary General of the United States Council of Muslim Organization, and as I mentioned them, they will just indicate by way of raising the hand, Mr. Osama Jamal and Sheikh Yusuf Abdullahi, representing the East African Muslim community in North America, have expressed gratitude for South Africa's bold stance at the International Court of Justice, where our nation charged Israel with acts of genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. South Africa's international legal action against apartheid Israel is informed by our own historical experience of apartheid and our ongoing commitment to combating global justice. We stand at a pivotal moment in the history of our nation and in the unfolding narrative of global solidarity. Therefore, the ANC is humbled that the Global Anti-Apartheid Conference on Palestine, held in Johannesburg, South Africa this past weekend, concluded with a powerful resolution. All eligible South African Muslim voters are called upon to unite behind the ANC in the forthcoming elections. This endorsement is a reflection of our shared values and the ANC's unwavering dedication. Without any waste of time, I'm going to hand over to the spokesperson of the ANC, my job having to outline why we are here. We want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the media, and for honoring us with your presence this morning. Thank you very much. The President will respond at the end. I hand back to Comrade Mahlengi to chair the proceedings. My job was just to outline the purpose briefly. Thank you very much. It will be accompanied by a detailed statement at the end. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Comrade Secretary General. At this point, I'd like to then call on Dr. Ibrahim El Zayat, who represents the delegation coming from the Council of European Muslims and International Union of Muslim Scholars, as well as an emissary of His Excellency Dr. Ali Karadaghi. I hope I pronounced that properly. Over to you, my brother.
Thank you. Bismillah, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most powerful. Thank you very much, President Ramaphosa, for hosting us. Thanks to the whole ANC leadership that gave us the opportunity to present this Thanksgiving mission of the International Union of Muslim Scholars and on behalf of His Eminence, Professor Dr. Ali Al-Qurradaghi, I am very glad to tell you that the appreciation of the Muslim world for the firm stance of the South African government, of the ruling party, in this pivotal moment of time for the people of Gaza and the people of Palestine has been highly appreciated. At the very same time, our visit is also including a good advice to the Muslim community of South Africa, because due to the changes that are happening in the world, we see that this year will be a year where 64 relevant elections will take place, and many of them will have a direct impact on the fate of the Palestinian people and the situation in Gaza. And so we call the Muslim population, the Muslim community of South Africa, as well as everybody who puts justice and peace at the forefront of his priority, to make sure that the existing party that has led this very valuable way to bring Israel to the International Court of Justice, to make it maintain and to ensure that all the gains that have been given are not lost. So therefore we are encouraging everybody that we make sure that the ruling party stays in power and makes the next steps to take Israel into its responsibility and to do its utmost to overcome oppression. Thank you so much for receiving us, and thank you so much for being here.
May I suggest, yes.
Yeah. We have prepared this appreciation, the role of a free and just South Africa, charting a path to a dignified and free Palestine document that we would like to hand over to you, President Ramaphosa, at this occasion.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At this point, on that very positive note, I'd like to call on our President to make some responses. President?
Thank you very much indeed for this moment. This is a very important moment in the life of our organization, to be honored as an organization, the African National Congress, by the International Union of Muslim Scholars is a great honor, as it represents many organizations around the world. For instance, the United States Council of Muslim Organizations and the U.S. Muslim of East African origin, and the International Union of Muslim Scholars as well. This is an honor that we as the African National Congress truly feel humbled by. The action that we took to support the people of Palestine, and especially the people of Gaza, was not really taken to earn any plaudits, to earn any honors. For us, it was a duty to support those who are experiencing a violation of their basic human rights, who are in fact being subjected to genocide. And this, as I've often said, is in line with the teachings that we received from the first democratic president of South Africa, President of the African National Congress, Nelson Mandela, who made it very clear to all and sundry that our freedom as South Africans will not be complete until the freedom of the Palestinian people has been achieved. And in taking the action that we did at the International Court of Justice was a well thought out action when we realized that all other avenues, diplomatic negotiations, had come to a standstill, and the state of Israel was not heeding any salutations, any requests to halt the genocide that they're perpetrating against the people of Palestine, particularly in Gaza. To receive this honor and this respect, and also to receive this on the role that South Africa has played, is truly humbling. And we thank you very, very dearly for this, and the call that you make to Muslims in South Africa is a call that really accords with the spirit of justice, of humanity, of respect for human rights. This is precisely what the African National Congress stands for. We are an organization that was established to promote, to advance, and to protect the basic human rights of the people of South Africa. And by extension, in terms of our foreign policy, to ensure that there is a better Africa and a better world. And therefore, our action in taking legal action, utilizing the universally accepted legal structures of the world, going to the International Court of Justice, was the correct action that we believe we should take, much as many other countries and many other leaders dismissed our action as being baseless, as being an action that had no foundation. We do believe that the International Court of Justice vindicated the action that we took in terms of the order that they have issued. We continue to be appalled and disturbed that the state of Israel, through its Israeli Defense Force, continues its attacks against the Palestinian people, now having led to almost 40,000 people dead, and many of them being women and children. And now we are deeply concerned that their attack on Rafah is just going to lead to the increase of deaths. But we are particularly concerned about the denial of humanitarian assistance that should go through into Gaza, which is being blocked, delayed, and which is being frustrated in many, many other ways. We are, however, rather pleased and elated that a number of countries now around the world see the correctness of the position taken by South Africa. The initial position that we took was that there should be a ceasefire, and many did not advocate for that. Many now do advocate for a ceasefire, demonstrating that the action that we took as South Africa was a correct one, because to stop the genocide, to stop the maiming of the people of Gaza, and to stop the injury that is being perpetrated against women and children can only happen through a ceasefire. We are pleased that many in the world now see that there is a need for a ceasefire. We will therefore continue to call for a ceasefire. We will continue to call for a cessation of all hostilities on all sides, and we will continue to call for a peaceful resolution of the conflict in that part of the world. And we as South Africa continue to say we are willing, prepared to play whatever role we can to advance the cause of peace in Palestine, between Palestine and Israel. So we thank you for the honor that you have bestowed on us, and we will forever remember that this is being done in support and aid of the people of Palestine. So thank you very much for coming over. Thank you. Go now.
ANC President there, Cyril Ramaphosa, speaking at a press briefing after hosting a Muslim delegation as well as Irish delegation from Sinn Fein, just really saying that South Africa is going to continue calling for a ceasefire in the Middle East, and says that he's glad that other countries are now piping up to say that there needs to be a ceasefire, saying that he's appalled that Israel continues with its offensive in Rafah.